Well, look at this guy, Ben Pakulski. He's got some pretty big muscles. And look, he's into science stuff too. Maybe I should take his advice on diet and exercise.
You should incorporate more good fats, take carbohydrates out of your diet, primarily a paleo-style diet.
Oh no. If you haven't watched my video on the paleo diet, I suggest you go do that because that will give you some really good context. Ben is a bit different than Lauren Cordain or Authority Nutrition because he looks like he lifts. But how does Ben look so good and get so strong when he has such shitty diet advice? Well, you're about to find out that good genetics, hard work, and steroids work wonders to counteract a bad diet. And this is why people like Ben are particularly dangerous. Your average schmuck doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you'll think that a big, strong guy like Ben Pakulski must actually know what he's talking about, and he'll just go ahead and take his harmful advice. Unfortunately, following diet and exercise advice from a bodybuilder like Ben Pakulski is like asking an anorexic for weight loss tips. And no, I'm not exaggerating, it really is that bad. Take a look. Ben is under the impression that a high carbohydrate diet causes insulin resistance. He must be pretty damn sure of himself and sure that you'll believe him because he cites absolutely no research to support his claims. I thought you said yous was good at science stuff, Ben. Shouldn't you be citing research to support your claims? Well, the research that Ben apparently knows nothing about demonstrates that high carbohydrate diets improves insulin sensitivity. As I've already mentioned before, vegans have the lowest diabetes risk, and any added animal products into one's diet increases diabetes risk. That's bad news for you, Ben. Low-fat, high-carbohydrate vegan diets have also been shown to be better at improving diabetic symptoms, including high blood sugar levels, than traditional diabetes diets. Ben goes on to claim that whey protein and BCAA supplements, that he endorses of course, improves insulin sensitivity. I mentioned the negative effects of branched-chain amino acids on insulin sensitivity the other day, but unfortunately Ben wrote this article long before I made that video. But he should probably know this stuff anyway, since he's into science stuff. Whey protein is also one of the worst proteins for causing insulin resistance as it causes massive insulin spikes.
And the reason people become insulin resistant is because they're getting too many insulin spikes throughout the day.
One serving of whey can more than double insulin secretions post-meal. And it isn't just whey. Animal protein is extremely insulinogenic, and this study demonstrates that beef has a higher insulin index than white refined pasta. Even pure sugar has virtually the same insulin response as animal protein, but Ben wants you to think that meat and his stupid supplements are great for improving insulin sensitivity. Do you even potato, Ben?
It may not sound like what answer you want to hear, but you need to eliminate carbohydrate for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Allow your body some time to heal itself, decrease inflammation, and learn how to use carbohydrates again. Lots of protein, lots of good healthy fats. Coconut oil is a really good source of energy when you're going on a low carbohydrate diet. Believe it or not, so is raw organic butter.
Dun dun dun! Yeah, sorry Ben, but high-fat diets and butter do not good insulin sensitivity make. Not only does carbohydrate restriction alone reduce insulin sensitivity, but high-fat diets also cause hyperinsulinemia, which directly drives diet-induced obesity. High-fat foods, like butter, have also been shown to alter our gut flora to promote obesity. And I've also already mentioned before that low-carb, high-fat diets are also associated with higher all-cause mortality risk, but what does Ben care about that?
Incorporate more good fats, take carbohydrates out of your diet.
Certified bro scientist. He even trains like a bro. Just look at his squats.
Come on, Ben. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Ben. Come on. And drive. Up. Come on. Come on. One more. Hit and drive. All the way. Up. Yes. Beautiful.
Up the way.
I've had 5 knee surgeries, and I was recently run over by a fucking car, and I can still squat down to 90 degrees. But I guess Ben learnt in his science class that you don't have to do proper squats when you're on steroids. Ben Pakulski. Because being big doesn't mean you know shit. So, I hope all you guys know not to listen to anyone based on how they look. Get your nutrition advice from experts who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, like diabetes specialist Dr. Neil Bernard. Make some vegan gains. Comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time.
What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.
Why could insulin not signal this? What's supposed to happen is the glucose is supposed to enter into the cell. And glucose is the key that makes that happen. But the reason it doesn't happen, it's not that there's chewing gum inside the cell. What there is fat. Fat, little globules of fat. In 2003, the National Institutes of Health gave my research team a grant and said, let's test something completely different. Instead of limiting breads and all of these kinds of things, what if fat is the issue, what if we have a diet that has effectively no fat in it? Well, where does fat come from? It comes from two sources, animal products, animal fat, and vegetable oils. So we brought in 99 people, and we asked them to do two things. To really eat a bounty of food, not worrying about quantity. We're not counting calories here. Over a course of about a year, he lost 60 pounds. His blood sugar came down and down and down. And one day his doctor sat him down and said, Vance, I know you've had family members die of this disease, but as I look at your blood tests, you don't have it anymore.